Hello, I am the Jinx Dragon, and I am playing the Pillars of Eternity. Now, this game I have already started several different playthroughs, because I'm addicted to it, and I decided to start a new playthrough so that you guys can share in the experience. I'm gonna go ahead and click New Game. Usually I go easy. I like to take it easy and just kind of get the story and all that. But I'll go ahead and go normal. If it gets too hard, if I die a lot, I'll just go back to easy. And let's start. Um, anyway, I'll try my best not to cut during talking cutscenes. There's a lot of talking text otherwise that I'll be talking for.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright. So, there's several different races that you can choose from, and basically all your decisions here will have an effect on something in the game, basically. I'm not sure if male or female has much of an effect. I do know it. Everything else does, so. Anyway, sorry, cat is distracting me. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a female, godlike, moon godlike, because they have regenerative abilities at night, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. I'm just gonna leave her as human form. Now as for what I'm going to play her as, I am currently on different playthroughs. I have a paladin, a cypher, a ranger, and I don't remember what else. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I only have those 3 right now. And your class, depending on what you pick in your class, there's different things. Like priests have different gods that they worship. Paladins, there's different groups of paladins that you can join, that you're basically can pick to be a part of. I'm not exactly sure what I want to choose. I kind of want to go paladin again, just because I'm something I know, and you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna. Fuck. I don't know. Shoot. I'll just go barbarian. You know what? I don't know. Shoot. You know what? I'm gonna go priest. It's something I haven't done before. And then we have... So I'm gonna look at the dispositions. Barath is stoic and rational. Eothas is benevolent and honest. Magrin is aggressive and clever. Skein is deceptive and cruel. And Will is deceptive and clever. I'm probably gonna go Magrin just because I want to see the different dialogue that you have with a companion further on in the game. Gonna go several on might, intellect, resolve, and dexterity. And next. Now, I believe this also has an effect. I'm gonna go ahead and do maybe Old Villa. And let's see. They're a priest, so maybe... Actually, what... We're gonna want one in... Artist priest. There we go. Perfect. Go ahead and choose picture. There is a picture that I downloaded that I'm going to use for her. There it is. Very beautiful design. I really like it. And it fits pretty well with how she looks right now. Colors. Gonna go ahead and go white and black. Or blue. There we go.
Oh? I shall lead us.
So, I think it was something clever. Aggressive and clever. So, aggressive, clever person. And we're going to name her Lana Vale. I totally spelled that wrong. Oh well. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He nods in your direction. Sparfall nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There's concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year? Rain, mostly. And wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here, time to time. Locals call it a Beowick. Born out of the ether. The spirit's path. Never seen it myself. Never care to.
What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without a blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some spring berries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayadin should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beowick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
I can get it to spill its secrets. I can get it to spill its secrets.
What you need?
Wonder if she can. Anyway,
Certainly.
gonna go ahead and go over here and talk
Anyone need
to
supplies?
him.
I've got sundries for sale.
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, on a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
If you think these caravanners are prickly, watch out for those axe wielders Odema mentioned. He laughs. That's excellent advice indeed.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about
It's
this.
not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners.
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Sounds reasonable enough. I'd better go. We're not gonna need his wares.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
And we go up this way.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
There should be, yep, right there. And then there's a young wolf that we need to attack. Go
This is it.
way. Word is you're some kind of artist, that's so? Yes, in the traditional sense, I try to capture life as I see it, creating something new. Yeah? How is it you happen to come here? I no longer feel inspired. I don't know. No, wait. I like this one. I lived in a slum, and my work was stolen by thieves. I used the last of my money to escape that place. That's a damn little run of luck. Maybe a new setting will turn things around. Turn things around for you. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Radrick's offer makes a girl think, I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? No, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city just a little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? I'm going to continue on to the city, see where that takes me. Closest one is Defiance Bay, the capital. Few days out. Got its nice place and its not so nice places, same as any city, but the Duke is a good man, as I hear it. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odem will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. Haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work for I can't say it, I'm sorry. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Drywood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Ruatai and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Drywood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess, a lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, stop him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you some water. And down we go. After we get some more stuff over here. And before we cross the bridge, we'll go all the way down here, because there are a couple of bodies that we can loot. Travelers maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign either way. Corpse cold to the touch and a right smell wafts from it, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna read everything, because I just can't with my voice. I'm already really tired from all that talking.
What a surprise. Sparfel went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfel, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. He strides wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfel? Are you alright?
Sparfel's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. A feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
See, there's that regeneration.
Lavaru beyond Seeker. Certainly.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Go ahead and loot everything. And Kaliska, come on. There should be a couple more enemies up here, yep. That we should be able to take care of pretty easily. Alright, go ahead and loot and yell at my cat because he likes to knock stuff over. Stop it.
Certainly.
What I really like about the loot system here is that everything either goes into your inventory directly or it goes into your bigger inventory, which you can store a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if there's a limit on it. I don't think there is, which is fantastic. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Caliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard, tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Heoden, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Landfrost. Your words carry no weight. When I have seen the truth with my own eyes, blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Let's see. So there's several ways we can do it. I think the funniest... let's do the intellect. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Gawalin. If Gawalin told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Heoden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? The man glares. It's always been known to my people. I see. And what of Galwin's etiquette? That weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength. You think Galwin would want some moldy, crumbling stones survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why would that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle. He nearly fumbles it, affording Heoden the time he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. That's the way to make sure everybody comes out of that unharmed.
Finish!
Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind starts to stir. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good. Good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending posts and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bow, Oddman's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head. His eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step you set forth, set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Heoden trails behind you, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Heoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Heoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you, despite the wind. From your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. So I'm going to throw my weapon at him. Your aim is true and the hit jars Heoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Heoden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Heoden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There's a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old zone before you. Loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
And that is the end of part 1 for my Pillars of Eternity playthrough. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like or comment below and tell me what I can improve on or what you liked about it. That would be very helpful to me. So that is it. Thank you for watching.